He who must not make plans ever, Lord Voldemort.
We're here to talk today about how Lord Voldemort's plans are just the worst. Hi, I'm Logan,
I'm Oscar.
and this is Dumbledore's Water. Today we're gonna jump in, and it started as just a conversation, Oscar, about how the Order of the Phoenix just the plot holes in it to get Harry to the Department of Mysteries. It made no sense to me.
Yeah.
But let's follow a pattern here, because we're gonna go through books 4, 5, 6, and 7 and tell you why Voldemort's plans just were terrible to begin with, like set up for failure.
Yeah. All right. So to start with the Goblet of Fire, why would you have Barty Crouch Jr. be like one of the closest people to Dumbledore, for the whole school
Yeah, so you
year,
have
be
someone
on it?
infiltrate Hogwarts for a whole school year,
Yeah.
and it happens to be someone who is very close to Dumbledore. He has
Yeah.
to teach a defense against the dark arts class, which he kills, by the way.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there.
The best teacher they've ever.
Yes. He has to magically insert Harry into a tournament that is kind of not illegal, but I mean against the school rules because he was too young, and then have him successfully get to the Triwizard Tournament and get to the cup before anybody else to make a port key to get him to Voldemort.
Yeah.
And that's where the running joke of you could have used anything as a port key. You did not have to go through this Triwizard Tournament. You could have. How many times did Potter come into Moody's office? He was like, Potter, close the door behind you, and just have made the doorknob a port key, and he was done. Like, hand him a book. Like you should read this for the next task. And so that was just too easy of a miss there. And then we also get to when we do get to the graveyard.
Well, like the thing is, he also counts with the fact like he really thinks that nobody can get to the port key before Harry. Like that is like part of the plan that needs to happen, because if Cedric had gotten to the port key before, like the whole plan, and he did, I mean, he was going to, but yeah. After we do get to the graveyard, he does use Harry's blood, and why is that so bad?
Oh man, and that's where we know in the end Voldemort really shoots himself in the foot, because if you remember the Sorcerer's Stone at the end, like it hurt Voldemort just as much, or like was going to kill him when he touched Harry, and that's because his blood was protected by the sacrificial magic in Lily.
Yeah.
And now he believes that him being able to touch Harry makes him stronger for it. But in the end, it actually gives Lily's sacrificial magic living in Voldemort's body as well.
Man,
so when Voldemort kills Harry and unknowingly kills the Horcrux that tethered, the last one that tethered to Voldemort, he actually is clung to life by Voldemort himself because he took Harry's blood.
And he didn't have to use Harry's
No,
blood.
for the record, he could have used any enemy. It was an enemy of that person's blood.
He
could
had
have
a
used
lot.
anybody.
Yeah.
He made it personal, and the same in the graveyard where he made his mistakes. He let his ego get him. He had to summon his followers. He had to show off to them, show he was superior, make fun of Harry a little, and is the reason he was his own undoing, and the fact that Harry was given the chance to escape.
Even if, let's say, if everything still happens the way he did, and he still has Harry in front of him, why not just kill him? You have to make him bow. You have to make him so his ego got the best of him every single time he did anything. That brings us to the Order of the Phoenix.
Yes.
What started this whole video.
Oh man, this is all let me tell you about this, guys. I literally came to Oscar the next day because I was going to sleep the other night and it bothered me so much I had to save it in my notes. Okay? I had to save it in my notes because let's walk through so Umbridge has taken over the school. Okay, and Sirius, to Harry's knowledge, has just been taken prisoner at the Department of Ministries by Voldemort, who is currently torturing him. Harry, I believe, is just taking his owls and everything when he sees the vision. So the plan for Voldemort here is to implant visions into Harry that he has Sirius at the Department of Mysteries, so that Harry will run to him there and pick up the prophecy, instead of Voldemort picking it up himself. Now, it has to be Harry or Voldemort to pick up the prophecy. But the fact that he didn't go himself, when in the end he goes there anyways, just is unbelievable.
Just to fight Dumbledore.
But no, what had got me going on this was there was no way Voldemort could have predicted how they might get there.
Like a bunch of teenagers just having to figure it out. And again, we never seen Harry fly anywhere outside. Or
No, no.
there's no way. Like established that there's no way he knows how to get there.
So Harry reaches out to Snape, but actually has very little faith in that plan. And I understand that McGonagall's gone, Hagrid's gone, Dumbledore's gone. So maybe not contacting someone in the Order immediately. But let's assume we didn't have Thestrals that just knew how to magically fly us to London, and the Ministry of Magic specifically. Let's pretend that wasn't a thing. What would make the most sense if you're Voldemort setting this plot is what would Harry do? And the two things I could come up with were fly or tell a teacher. Firebolt, he has no idea where he's going, assuming he's alone. There's just no way he would get there at that time where, like by the time he gets there, the Ministry is going to be going to work the next morning. Tell a teacher, let's say Professor Flitwick. You know, he's still a great guy. He battled at the Battle of Hogwarts. He defended us. Like, he's still a great teacher and everything. If Harry went and told Flitwick, like, hey, I've had this reoccurring thing. It seems to be very serious. This is exactly how I knew Mr. Weasley had been attacked. So no, I don't. So I think this should be taken very seriously. Flitwick would talk to somebody, probably from the Order, but if not, I mean, maybe someone that works at the Ministry, because apparently there are people working there, even though it's empty right now.
Is there like anybody like working there? Because like that is just storm in, but like I don't know. I think he would have better connections than fucking Harry Potter.
I think in minutes he could talk to somebody who could check on things. Did he realistically expect Harry to be lured there alone?
I have no idea. But like, what if Harry just decided to go by himself?
Right, and I would guess that's kind of what he wanted to do in the first place. And like, you know, the only realistic way I could see him doing that is with his firebolt. So, you know, again, you know, we're in Pensacola. I'm from St. Louis. If I told you St. Louis is northeast, you fly in that general direction from here. It's not. You're not gonna be there, Oscar. You're gonna miss it.
I guess somewhere. You're just like close to St.
Louis. Somewhere, man.
Just say this is his worst plan. Like not the most ridiculous.
I'll say most ridiculous. I would argue the worst plan is coming up.
Let's do a quick think about the Horcruxes here. He could have used anything, and like he even used the grain of sand, which I did not like. Because it's still ridiculous.
No.
Like,
okay, it is ridiculous. But literally think about it. If you turned a Horcrux, a grain of sand into a Horcrux and dropped it into the ocean, we lost. Like, it's over. It's over. And if you want to make the same, like, if grain of sand's a little too, little to really even count, like, I mean, just think of, like, a candy bar wrapper or a piece of trash. Not one of the most valuable items that has to be put in a golden safe that it feels very set up to be found someday. The Horcruxes do show magical properties and everything, so maybe not a left in plain sight. Maybe people would notice it, or it would kind of become known as a magical object or a dark object or something. But you know, if you put a Three Musketeers wrapper in a dump that was really secretly a Horcrux, it would never be found.
No. And then we reach the end where I feel like this is the thing that Voldemort should like really have figured out if he wanted his plan to work, which is the one, like the Elder One situation. Like, you know what, it was never his.
And you know, he spent enough time on it. You would kind of expect him to have a little bit better of an understanding. But love and emotion were kind of, Dumbledore pointed out on many occasions where he never understood these things, so they went amiss to him, which is how he messed up with Harry in the first place. Our next point, yes, you're exactly right, is that not understanding that Harry, once he had taken Harry's blood and put it into himself, that he was holding on to Lily's sacrificial magic. So it was once again never truly understanding, maybe not how to have power over these things, but how these things worked. And again, he let love be passed over him again, or kind of like as a hindsight, and it cost him.
When you think you're so superior, like, you know, those little details
that they can't harm you. And
like, you know, Snape was never truly a soldier, and that messed him up for real.
The moment he killed the Potters, and Lily specifically, Snape was never again his. And the repercussions, I think it could be another argument of, as much as I hate to say, you don't win without Snape. I mean, just the way it played out, at least.
Favorite character in the whole, you know, it's the best character. most complex character. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Hagrid. But no, it's good. It's good. I think it's safe to say that amazingly, Voldemort was always his own downfall from the second. Like he had made the prophecy important to himself, and then the prophecy became real when he picked a child and targeted it. Again, it could have been Neville as well, but the second he depicted the prophecy as real, he kind of put these things into motion. And was the only one in his own way.
Yeah, he lost his own battle, like himself.
Yeah, and can I point out a little side note that the prophecy also stated that basically one has to die either way, right? But the only one that can kill Voldemort is Harry. Harry still could have been murdered.
By somebody else.
By the 80 Death Eaters he's been surrounded by in 5 different books. Don't harm him, he is mine. And you want to talk about your own self-destruction here. They could have so taken him out, and yet Voldemort's own ego was his own downfall.
Yeah. All right, so thank you guys for watching the video. If you did please leave the like below, comment anything. This is our first video that we actually put our faces on camera. So if you guys like what you see, just let us know.
Subscribe. We're going to do a lot more.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.